Hi, my name is Danny Labreck. You might know me as Danny Joe from Danny Joe's Treehouse. In this video, I'm going to provide you with 4 play-based media literacy strategies that will help you to continue learning at home. It's less about the way that we use media and technology because those tools are always changing, they're always evolving. This is more about laying a really solid foundation for our young kids, how to think critically for yourself and with empathy for others. It's not just about what they see, it's about helping them to make sense about what they're seeing, creating experiences for them to create connection for themselves. So how do we keep this learning going over the summer? Well, here at Danny Joe's Treehouse, we've created some media literacy episodes and books for Judy Center families. And even though I'm a kids show host on a screen, I think the best way to practice these skills is away from the screen sometimes, through play. Starting with P. Participate. Check out the game. Play the game too, with or without them. Watch that video and ask some open-ended questions along the way. Who's this character? What do you think is going to happen next? What would you do if you were that character and you had to make a choice? It's not that you're testing them, you're just entering their world for a little bit. You're showing that you're participating. L, look and listen. This one could be a little tricky for us grown-ups because we're parents, we're caregivers. We want to protect our kids. We want to shield them. We want to often do it for them. But really, if we're going to empower our kids, we need to create that space for them to figure things out for themselves. So observe, look, and listen to their behaviors, what they're saying, and maybe their nonverbal communication too as they're experiencing their media and technology. We can comment on it. Boy, that seemed to make you feel really frustrated. Or, oh, you seem to really enjoy that, huh? And then pause, allow for the silence. Often we'll want to give choices for them to respond, or we'll give the answer to them. Try not to do that. Even if they're not saying something, when you give a statement like that, it's an opportunity for them to process internally. They're self-reflecting. They're listening to themselves. A, active modeling. As you know, our kids are always watching and learning from our behaviors. So let's model our behavior when we're interacting with our own media and technology. It could be things like if a pop-up comes up, we can voice a frustration. What are they trying to sell me now? Or if you're enjoying a movie, if it reminds you of something, you go, oh, that's so touching. I really like how they did that. Or maybe it's, I am overwhelmed from this device. I'm just going to close it and put it away for a minute so I can think, breathe. It's not that you're teaching them what to do. You're just thinking out loud. Why? You, as in you can think for yourself. That's what we want to communicate to children. We want them to know that they don't have to just absorb everything that they see. It's okay for them to have an opinion. It's okay for them to ask questions, for them to say, I didn't like that, or that made me feel strange, or I want to do something else instead. And honestly, we want that for adults too. Because media literacy isn't about getting the right answer. It's about building the habit of thinking critically. What am I seeing? Why am I seeing it? How does this affect me? And here's something we learned from working with families. It's not the big, perfect conversations that matter most. It's the small, repeated ones that really matter. The quick questions in the car, dramatic play with a favorite stuffy, the invitation to have a conversation. That's where the learning really sticks. When grown-ups and children start talking and playing in this way, over time, media stops being a point of tension and instead becomes a point of connection. Even when content is tricky, scary news, confusing videos, things that bring up big questions, it becomes something that you can talk through together, not something that you have to avoid. So media literacy for young children isn't just a one-time lesson. It's about building a habit of play, participating, listening, being active, and paying attention to who you are inside and out. Have fun this summer. Don't forget to play.